What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking the 2021 champions, and this is just going to be part one. So I'm going to be ranking champions 24 to 12. So these are just the first half of champions. So these are the worst half, and then in a few days I will post the best half. So part two will come out with spots 11 to 1. So that's how this is going to work. It'll be spots 12 to 1. Today's 24 to 13. So that's basically the basis of the video, and I just figured we'll jump right into the rankings. So coming in at dead last, the worst champion of 2021 is Psycho Man. So right here, I am using a rank 2 5-star Psycho Man. So yes, you can say that his damage is really bad because of the star that I'm using. And I'm also using the Mangog Synergy, which takes him from being an absolutely beyond awful champion to just like an okay average champion. But that's the thing, the fact that he needs a synergy from a bad champion to make himself even slightly okay just shows how bad this guy truly is. Now, Kabam did a nerf on him where he had this cool power control phase where the opponent couldn't gain power and he would just spam heavy attacks in the corner. And he was actually kind of fun to play in that phase, but then they took it away for some reason. I have no clue why. He had no damage in that phase, really. It was just kind of utility-based. But they still felt the need to take it away from an already useless champion. So just Psycho Man was such a disappointing addition to the game. He was the champion that we got to get as a 3-star in February, and he just did not live up to any expectations. So as you can see here, I built it to like 2 Furies. We're going to throw a special one, and you will see his damage. And it seems okay here, but considering that you need 2 spots on your team as Psycho Man and Mangog when it could be like Nick Fury and Quake, it's just doesn't compare. So easily for me, last place is Psycho Man. Alright, so coming in at number 23 and not much better than Psycho Man, we have Super Skrull. Now, Super Skrull is an unbelievably disappointing champion because he is so overpowered in the comics, and just like most of the overpowered comic characters in this game, he is just not good. It's so disappointing because, as you can see, he's 5 Furies, given he is a 5-star rank 1, but he's just dishing out 0 damage. Like, it's really sad. Even like a 5-star rank 1 Hercules could be doing something. 5-star rank 1 no. It's just that this champion has no damage, and his only phase where you can get damage for about 20 seconds is not worth it because it's just so much less than like 90% of all cosmic champions. Maybe not 90%, but it's less than like 70% of all cosmic champions, and it takes so long to get there. So I'll try and get up to that phase in this video so you can see how much damage he does there, but it's just so disappointing compared to the other champions. Now, I think if they gave Super Skrull just like a small buff, maybe in his Fury potency, maybe increased it by 100%, so double the power of the Furies, then he might actually be a usable champion. But right now they don't do hardly enough damage, and he just needs another buff maybe on how long his incinerates last for, so that it can just go for longer. You can have a nice bigger burst phase that does more damage. So that's how I would fix Super Skrull, but it doesn't look like Kabam's going to be touching this champion. I think he is forever lost in the Battle Realm. He will never have a use. So sad to see, but that is the case that Super Skrull is in. So right here, just going to build up to a special 2 again. We'll fire it off, and then right here, this is his damage phase. We have that green Nova Flame icon, and you can see the incinerates are doing okay damage, but it's really just nothing comparable to the top of the Cosmic class. So very disappointing champion. He comes in at number 23. And next up at number 22, we have Mangog. And this one kind of also pains me to put because I do actually enjoy playing Mangog. I think he's quite a fun champion. You build up your stacks of hatred, and then you throw your special 2, get the stun off, charge up a huge heavy attack, and release it. But if I'm being real, his damage is just not there. So as you can see here, once again, 5-star rank 1, he's awakened. So this is a pretty good level of Mangog. I think he's like 660 because I pulled him so many times. Right here, I just throw the special 2 just to get rid of some of those power bars because I want to have as much hatred stacks as possible when I throw it. And right here, you can just see his light attacks are doing 600 crits, mediums going for 1,000. It's just not what you want to see. And I get that Mystic champions aren't known for having huge damage output, But the thing is, Mangog also doesn't really come with a lot of utility, so that's the problem here. If he had this level of damage but some insane game-changing utility, then I might change my mind on him, but he doesn't, so I can't really defend this guy much. So right here, we're going to throw off our special 2 into Captain Marvel, and we're going to get that stun so we can charge our heavy attack. And we're going to throw some big damage off here. So you can see, charge. It's at the full green. Throw it off, and it did about 11,000 damage, which, if you scale up, is actually not bad at all. But for what it currently is, just not enough damage or utility to justify this champion being usable in-game. I think he could do with a solid buff, either increase damage or just give him something else in his kit, but right now the staggers and everything else he has going for him, like the power gain, just isn't enough to keep him a relevant champion in the game. So that's for Nangog. He is number 22. All right, now coming in at number 21 is my personal least favorite champion of the year, and this is Purgatory. So when we heard that Purgatory was being released, I was personally pretty excited because the Kabam original champions like Morningstar, Guillotine, and Guillotine 2099 all had some great use in the game. They're all very solid to amazing champions. So when I heard they were making another one in this storyline, I was very excited because I thought she would be a great champion, but this is just not the case. As you can see here, we are in her damage mode, and this isn't like it's the 5-star rank ones I was using before. This is a 6-star rank 1, so this is like the equivalent of a 5-star rank 3, given she's not leveled up, but still, this damage is just awful. This is supposed to be the big damage burst phase, and right now Winter Soldier is not even down to 80%, which is just quite atrocious. So it's just so unsatisfying to play. Her animations given are very cool with that special 2, but I just don't find her satisfying at all. And one of the most annoying things about her to me is her persistent charge mechanic, where she's supposed to be this ramp-up champion where you collect souls and then you get the abilities depending on which class you fight. But the thing that really just takes me off is that you can only keep 2 of these abilities in a quest. So if you kill a skill champion and a cosmic champion, your next fight, you will say it's a mystic champion, you'll gain the mystic ability, but you lose the skill one. So I just have no clue what's going on when they designed this character. It's like they just completely made a just awful character, and I am not a fan of her at all. So she comes in low because that stupid ability where she can't just continue ramping up. If she could, she might actually be higher on the list, but she is not, and I just don't like her. So she is down here at number 21. All right, so for number 20, it is going to be America Chavez, and I'm going to be completely honest, I have very little idea of how this champion is supposed to be played. I know you're supposed to use heavies, they create a passive stun, you want to get these in negative zones, and then throw off a special 2, but that's about all I know about her. She was way overshadowed by Hercules when they were both released, because you got arguably the best champion of the year there, and then she's just a massive letdown compared to him. So I don't have much to talk about in this section because I do not understand or know America Chavez, so I don't want to give some inaccurate opinion of her. But overall, I've seen some people like Vega put on some good videos on her. So she's obviously not the worst champion of the year, but she's just not that good, so can't put her any higher than this. So yeah, that's it. America Chavez comes in at number 20. If you want to see some good content of her, go watch Vega's videos. All right, so breaking into the teens, we have Jubilee coming in at 19. So Jubilee is a very interesting champion in the fact that she is just completely reliant off of crits. So it's kind of fun to play her. It's like a real gamble every time. But essentially what you want to do is have your orange fireworks phase and then throw a special 2. And at that point, it just comes down to the RNG gods, as if you get crits, you're going to absolutely demolish your opponent. But if you get unlucky, then it's just game over. Now, right there, so I got 2 crits, but I was in the wrong phase, so it was kind of useless. But, I mean, still, 7,000 off the special 2. Not bad for a 5-star rank 1. But if you're in the orange phase, it probably would have been closer to like 10,000 with some red numbers as well. So it is definitely the way to go with that orange phase. And it just comes down to crits. So as you're going to see in our next special 2, we're going to throw it off in the orange phase, and you will see that we don't get any crits, and the damage is just basically non-existent. So right here we go, throw it off, 900 1900, 1900. So it is just a complete gamble with Jubilee, which makes her a fun champion, but also makes her a very impractical champion. But she does have enough damage when it crits to justify her being above all the previous champions. So she comes in at number 19 for me. All right, next up at number 18, we have Cersei. So Cersei is actually a really good champion in terms of damage output, very consistent, very solid. But just aside out of that, she does not have much utility, so I can't really rank her higher than this. Now, you are watching a rank 2 3-star because I do not have her in any higher of a rarity. But she is actually quite useful. I've seen Vega, once again, make some really good videos on her. He really likes her. Take her to rank 3, he would tank her to rank 3, my bad. But, yeah, she's just not, like, a bad champion at all. Definitely, like, a very solid pull if you get her as, like, the first time on your account. But aside from that, she's just okay. If you get later into the game, she's going to see less and less use because there's just more champions that can do more damage than her and have more utility in the Cosmic class. But you know what? On her own, she's definitely not a bad pull. Her special 2 does some serious damage. Her Furies are great, and she has a nice way of refreshing them with that special 1, and it gives a nice stun. So you get nice damage cycles going with Cersei, and then you're just pretty much set with her. So definitely a solid champion, a champion that I like in this game. She's already doing more crits basically than my rank 1 5-star Mangog was. But yeah, she just needs a little bit more to her, and then she would have been way higher up on the list. Animations are awesome though, so you know what? She comes in at number 18. All right, so at number 17 is a champion that I do not have, that is very new to the game, so we could go up or down on this list in the future, most likely up, and that is Kraven. So Kraven is super unique in that he can set these traps, which puts the opponent in them, keeps them rooted in place. You can get a lot of crits, a lot of crit bleeds, lots of damage off of this guy, lots of burst. So he's really solid in that regard. But there is a common complaint I see with him that if your opponent is not aggressive or does not play into your traps as you want, then the fight just becomes really long, really inefficient, and just not good. So Kraven, for now, I'll keep him low. I don't know that much about him. We haven't seen much gameplay, but he would probably move up in the future as people learn how to play him, and that's just my suspicion. So for now, Kraven comes in at 17. All right, coming up next at number 16, we have Icarus. Now, Icarus, as KT1 has put it, is one of the absolute most fun champions of the year. Not the best, but he is just an absolute blast to play. So first off, as you can see, he's got some solid utility with the, Energizes, so it gives him a lot of power gain really easily. Got some Incinerates for Despair Mastery, which is very solid because it blocks out the healing. And he also has that, as you saw there, a little armor up, so it prevents him from taking some damage after you throw the special attack. So not a lot of utility, to be honest, but some nice, fun utility. And really, it's just about how fun he is to play. So spamming the special 1s, doubling all your Incinerates with special 2s, and then just absolutely god-nuking your opponent with a special 3. So this is a 3-star Icarus, so obviously the damage is not going to be the most out of him. But I've posted a video where his special 3 does over 50,000 damage for a 3-star, which if you scale it up to 6-star, rank 2, rank 3, is just a crazy amount of damage. So this guy is definitely a really, really solid champion. I think he will be seeing some good use in the future, especially with those Energizes, because they'll help him build power really quickly. So it's not like the Red Goblin scenario where your damage comes from the special 3, but you just have to get up there and it takes a while. Him, it's really easy to get up there in the first place, so that's why I like Icarus, and I think he could be a very used champion in the future and a very fun one. So here's that special 2, by the way. It's very satisfying to throw off. So for now, Icarus comes in at number 16, and yeah, just a really, really fun and solid champion. All right, so next up is Jabari Panther at number 15, and once again, I do not have her, but I know that she's quite a great champion. When you get her into that hunt phase, she has the guaranteed crits, the guaranteed bleeds, one of the best Invisible Woman counters, one of the most solid champions with her shrug off. She is like the ideal middle-of-the-road champion for the year. Just really, really great at what she does well, but outside of that, she can't really do much. So I know Biro Man has some solid rank 3 gameplay of her soloing Abyss Invisible Woman. And yeah, Jabari Panther, just a really, really great champion in those ideal bleed science matchups. But if you cannot bleed the opponent, then she does really feel like a drag to play. So overall, I really like her. Wish I could get her as a higher star. And yeah, for now, she comes in at number 15. All right, now at number 14, we have one of the most beloved champions of the year, and that is the Overseer. So right here, I'm going to get smacked in the beginning of the match. Don't really want to, but I was playing like a potato. But anyway, Overseer has gotten so much love recently because of I don't even know what happened. He started off the year, or when he came out in June, he was like a very disappointing champion to most people. But people like MSD, who's shown him in just the best ways possible, B McG, who took him up to rank 4 as his first rank 4 6-star. It's these people that have really brought eyes to Overseer and have made people realize that he is just a really, really great champion. So me, myself, I have him as a 6-star, rank 1, fully leveled up. So he's like rank 4 5-star, and I definitely am going to be taking this guy up to rank 2 in the future. Now, if I do become lucky enough to awaken him, I could see myself taking him up to rank 3 because he is just that much fun. So you see right here, I'm in my attack phase where I do a lot of damage on lights with the red energy. So you see that when I get crits on those lights, I am just doing a lot of damage. But now I get the Fury buff, and holy cow, you can see right here, like 7,000 attack when I'm doing the crits on those light attacks. Right there, special one with an 8,000 finishing attack. And this is all just coming off a rank 1 6-star unawakened. Super solid. You see Captain Marvel's already down to 63% just off this rotation right there. So that was a 40% rotation off of a rank 1 6-star. And yeah, it's not the best, but come on, it's like a lot better than a lot of the champions this year. And he's just really solid in terms of damage. Now, utility, he might be a little bit lacking, not the best, but he's got a Fury buff, he's got these special concussions, got a taunt, so overall, it could be a lot worse for Overseer. I think he's going to keep getting more love as the year goes on. So yeah, right here, just again, Cosmic Phase, get energized buffs. He's just got so much going on for him. I think people are really going to start to appreciate him more and more as time goes on. So yeah, really solid. I debated him putting at number 13, but right now, I think he is a solid number 14. And finally, for the end of this video, our last spot, number 13, is Silver Centurion. And I find it quite funny because he's going to seem like the most underwhelming champion on this whole list because I have him at the lowest rank, 3-star rank 1. So obviously, this does not show how good this champion is. There are so many videos out there from like Karate Mike, a lot of people just loving this champion, showing his great utility. And, well, I can't do that because mine gets destroyed if he gets hit by one thing. So it is just not the ideal person to be playing this, but he really is a great champion. Super solid. He's got these plasmas that'll do a lot of damage. The only tech champion in the entire game to be able to apply a slow debuff. Got shocks, passive, so they always do the damage. And, yeah, he is just an awesome champion. He has some, solid damage, maybe a little bit under average, but with those debuffs, he definitely middles it out, and he is a really just great champion. Lots of utility, as I said before. And yeah, if you really want to see some good videos on him, watch Karate Mike, watch Vega, watch KT1. He is just a really, really great champion that does not get enough love, and I believe is just going to be a really solid champion for anyone who pulls him. So, yes, that will be it for part 1 of this Ranking 2021 Champions. So, just to recap, it went number 24, Psycho Man, 23, Super Skrull, 22, Mangog, 21, Purgatory, 20, America Chavez, 19, Jubilee, 18, Cersei, 17, Craven, 16, Icarus, 15, Jabari Panther, 14, Overseer, and 13, Silver Centurion. So, that'll be it for today's video, and I will catch you guys in the next part of this rankings. So have a good one, and I will see you then.